Joey.
What are you looking at me for?
Monster, the Ed Gein Story. By whatever his name is. Who's the guy who produces all these? Ryan something?
Ryan Murphy.
Ryan Murphy, another one of his true crime stuff. This time it's about Ed Gein, who, guys, I don't know if you know this. Ed Gein was a real creep. An example of some creepy stuff he did. This guy liked to wear women's I'm sorry.
No!
I'm sorry.
What do you mean?
I accidentally got
one manly looking man.
Yeah,
right
sorry,
there.
this is what I meant. He liked to wear women's clothes and be real creepy.
Wait, is that an actual image from them?
This?
That's an actual image?
Yeah, the actual promotional image. He wears that in the show.
Yeah.
So yeah, based off the real life killer Ed Gein, it tells the story of his overbearing mother, who told him that women are awful and pretty much messed him up. But she had some help from a girl he liked who really got him into like dead bodies and stories of Nazis who would do horrible things to dead bodies. So I will say it is nice that the show is blaming women for everything Ed Gein did. I didn't expect that. We see the story of Ed Gein, how he ended up killing his brother, which led him down this path. He ends up digging up his mother. Well, he tries to dig up his mother, but he fails. So he starts digging up other corpses that remind him of his mother, and he kills a few people along the way. Then this is actually an interesting thing the show did. So it shows how like the Nazi comics he was reading, describing all the skinnings and stuff, influenced him. We then see how Ed Gein influenced Hollywood, and we get a bunch of episodes with Alfred Hitchcock making Psycho and talking about how it links back to Ed Gein. Eventually, we get to see it from the Texas Chainsaw Massacre standpoint. And yeah, I really don't like this show.
No,
not fully. There are things I like the idea of a horrible act influencing someone else and how that keeps influencing people for decades and decades and decades. Honestly, the only thing I really liked was the Psycho, like how his story affected Psycho and whatnot. The problem with this is, and the problem I have with a lot of true crime stuff, which is why I rolled my eyes when Joey C suggested this, but I was nice.
What the fuck, Joey saying?
They're mostly padded out with bullshit. I remember I tried to watch that other show he did. The one about
there's two of them.
Well, yeah, but then he's produced a lot of shows. Remember, he did American Crime Story, where they tried to make it look like O.J. Simpson was a murderer, which obviously no, he wasn't. So I went into this in a bad mood. And the problem I have with all these is I know it's bullshit, so then I end up just looking up the real story or watching a documentary because I just want to know what really happened.
Yeah.
And this show takes a lot of I think kind of offensive liberties because it's like a girl went missing, a babysitter went missing, a bunch of hunters went missing. No one knows what happened to them, but Ed Gein was alive around that time, and this show's like, yep,
the girl was so far away.
I know.
There was maybe you can question Ed Gein on the hunters, maybe, but the girl was significantly far away, and Ed Gein only killed 2 people. FYI, he only killed confirmed. 2 people, and
I will say the brother one, that was probably him when you look into it.
So that also was never proven.
Yeah.
It wasn't proven, but
they did mention that he had some unusual markings and he was kind of dead before the fire. So that one's a maybe. We're going to put a maybe in that one, but he only killed 2 people. I don't like this show says that he had a relationship with the one that he killed and they were sleeping together when he himself said he was a virgin. I mean, keep in mind, he's a murderer. He probably lied, but I'm just like,
no, he admitted it.
Offensive. I'm like, I don't think that's respect. I don't think that's nice to the victim's family and shit, saying that she slept with the guy who killed him. But yeah, sorry, I'm talking too much. Joey, the person responsible for making us all watch this, how did you feel about this?
No, I just thought it was, it's getting a lot of press. Maybe we could discuss it in a thoughtful manner. And we watched some wonderful scenes, such as Ed Gein doing things on his kitchen table that had no reason being that
with the corpse, which he said he didn't do because they smell too bad.
That is yes. That
they're
is
like, did you do that? He's like, oh no, I'm not a weirdo.
I will say though, the funnest part of watching this was looking up what actually happened on my phone. So I'm getting a live history lesson.
Dude,
because everything on screen was bullshit.
Dude, true crime stuff and like war movies. Like if their movie is based on something, for whatever reason, those two specific things. I'm fine with other movies based off a real story. I know they're exaggerating, but true crime and war stories, I'm like, I have to know what really happened because I know I'm being lied to right now. I need to know the actual details, and I cannot get into them.
Well, I think there's a lot of like mythos that surrounds Ed Gein, so they obviously played that up. And I thought this was really good until I found out that Peacock did one on John Wayne Gacy like a week later. And I was like, oh, fuck, now I got to watch that one. That one was way better. We should have covered that one.
Really? I didn't even know that.
Oh, Devil in Disguise. It's way better.
This is the more
that I would love to read. I love him.
I will say
I love him, but I love his story.
I liked what's this face playing Alfred Hitchcock. I gotta watch a whole movie of just an Alfred Hitchcock movie. Like whenever it cut back to Ed Gein, I was like, oh, this fucking guy again.
And the voice. Oh my god, the voice, dude.
Hey, mother.
That sounds just like it.
Gil, I know you didn't watch it. But he talks like this.
You're not convincing me.
He talks like this the whole time. That's just how it is.
That is so accurate. You know what's so fucked up about that though? Is like Ed Gein is buried like 3 plots away from some of the people he dug up in real life.
Well, it was a small town.
But that is fucked. Dude.
I think his tombstone's gone because they used to vandalize it all the time.
Yeah.
They ended up just like
I have so much to say about this.
Yeah. Okay, and look, I know Ed Gein was into like the Nazi stories of like Ilsa Koch, I think her name was, who was accused of.
Yeah, but he wasn't like the way they made it seem.
Well, it's so he's constantly fantasizing about what the comic said she did, not so much what she did in real life. And I'm like, okay, whatever. That's just his vision of it. But then it keeps going way too into her story. I'm like, I didn't expect so much World War II Nazi stuff in this. I get its reasoning, but we didn't need so many things dedicated to her. And now in the later episodes, she has her own subplot. I'm like, I don't give a fuck about this at all. And then they're talking to each other on a ham radio. And I'm like, that could not have happened.
Yeah, no,
you're asking me to believe a lot of bullshit right now.
I will say this is the most interested I've been in the show this entire conversation is this part.
Seriously.
Gil, of all the people, Nazis, what got you into this?
It just sounds weird. I don't know.
Gil, you did watch it, right?
No, I didn't watch it.
Okay, great.
I wouldn't waste my time on this.
I did like so. Ilsa Koch, obviously she was a Nazi and did horrible things, but a lot of like they did find like bodies in jars and stuff. But for whatever reason, they like pinned it all on her, or at least in the public conscious. But when they did like trials and stuff, there wasn't enough evidence to back it up. So she mentioned, she's just like, he's just like, I'm a big fan of your work. She's like, I didn't do a lot of what you're reading about. She's like, yeah, I did kill a lot of Jews, but I mean, I'm a Nazi, obviously. But I didn't make belt out of nipples. So this good over Ed Gein's like, oh, I actually did that because I read the story. So it's crazy seeing like 2 psychopaths talking to each other. I think I would like this if it was completely fictional and was just
if they
inspired.
Said it, yes. So if they said, because it's the story of Ed Gein, like this is supposed to be the story of him, and it wasn't. I am a white middle-aged woman who likes serial killers and cult films. Okay, or like cult films,
hey,
but cult stories.
You're younger than me. You're not allowed to call yourself middle-aged yet.
No, you're just old, Tony. You're just
talking
old.
About? 6, 7.
But I love listening about Ed Gein. I think he's one of a extremely fascinating of serial killers, even though he only killed 2. That's actually what got me very interested in my favorite podcast, Time Suck. He really goes into every single detail of this. It's really, really interesting, his story, but this just sexualizes him. And that's what this guy does all the time with all 3 of his latest monster things, where they just sexualize him. Again, look at his photo. Like, 1, there's nothing sexy about him. 2, his eye is not disformed. And also, you can hear interviews with him. He doesn't sound like that. He also wasn't that special. He wasn't that. They all said in the story, like,
well, you
can hear the way he talks. No, he didn't talk like that. So, and I'm talking like I know him personally.
Yeah, it's like my good friend Eddie Gein.
Yeah, so Eddie over here, Eddie didn't do that. Okay, Eddie, he was simple, but he wasn't that simple minded. He never had a relationship with that girl that he was supposed to be proposed to. So they like knew each other, but he never proposed. He definitely never had sex. he straight up admitted everything. He straight up admitted every single thing, and he said he was a virgin. He said his mother like literally scared the shit out of him with just God and all that religion. So he never even tried it. The sexualization of this was insane.
The weird thing about that girl is like, yeah, it kind of sucked for her in real life. I guess she was his friend, and
I mean, it's a small town, so I think like when you say friend, it's like you don't have a choice.
But now it's like, wow, that girl had to like live forever with her association to Ed Gein, and now a show comes out years later. It's like, and by the way, her mom hated her, and I'm like, where's the evidence of any of that? Like again, you're being really mean to real life people.
Wait, he was a virgin, right?
Yeah, he was a virgin
the entire time.
What?
Huh?
Isn't everybody? What?
Well, yes, yeah, only Joey. If you're married, Joey. That's the only way you stop being one. So
yeah, he never got married.
No, that's good. Okay, I just had to make sure.
But even with the Alfred Hitchcock stuff as well, like you have that whole first time you're meeting him, and he's talking to the writer Robert Bloch about Psycho. He straight up said, the author straight up admitted in real life that he didn't know anything about Ed Gein. He just took it as inspiration. As Texas Chainsaw, they all took it as inspiration, but they knew nothing of him. But then you have scenes of Alfred Hitchcock fucking trying to go into it.
Recreating Ed Gein's home. Like, that didn't fucking happen. Which, by the way, me and Crystal reviewed Psycho. Check it out. Mike, we've been talking a lot. Did you watch any of this yet?
Yes, I did.
Oh, sorry. We
didn't
get to you. Crystal had a lot to say. What did you think about this? Are you the only fan of this?
No, I like parts of it, but
I liked it.
I don't know, for the most part. I don't know. Yeah, it's like I don't know.
Joey just likes the series because the first season, Jeffrey Dahmer kind of looked like him.
All right, come on.
That handsome actor who was in the latest Tron movie looked kind of like Joey C. All right.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like with this one, like Charlie Hunnam looks absolutely nothing like what Ed Gein looked like.
He looks like John Cena.
Look. It worked a little bit. I don't know if you know this, but Kane Hodder did an Ed Gein movie.
I do know.
I've seen that. I've literally seen that movie.
And talk about looking nothing like Ed Gein. Let me see if I can pull that up here.
But like, Ed Gein is this little like guy, and then you got this dude's like kind of like shredded. I'm like, no wonder you got like people feeling bad for him.
Well,
like,
it's Charlie Hunnam. You got to take a shirt off at least once. Come on.
Yeah, but that's you don't cast a guy that looks like a guy like Charlie Hunnam as a fucking Ed Gein.
Here we go. There's Kane Hodder as Ed. There's Jason Voorhees as Ed Gein. I tried watching other Ed Gein shit, but again, it's one of those. I'm just like, they want all of these want him to be more interesting than he was. It's like, yeah, but he was just kind of taking bodies and making weird stuff. That in itself is interesting, but then they always have to play up the murder part of it. And it's like, oh, you didn't really do a lot of that, so you have to lean in the other way. But I guess making a lampshade isn't good entertainment, even if it is out of human skin. I don't know. But yeah, I don't care for these kind of shows. I wish they just did a movie about the making of Psycho. I would 100%.
Yeah, that would have been awesome. The Dahmer season was the best one.
It was decent.
Well,
it was better than these.
They announced Lizzie Borden's going to be the next one. I probably won't watch that one.
You know what really pissed me off about that O.J. Simpson show was the commercials. Because the first one was his lawyer talking to his kids. And it's like, yeah, I know. One of them's Kim Kardashian. And then there was another trailer where O.J. Simpson's like, I'm going to shoot myself. And his lawyer's like, don't shoot yourself in little Kimmy's room. And I'm like, why is every advertisement want to remind me about Kim Kardashian? Like, she was like 6 when the trial happened. I don't care.
That's so goofy.
So yeah, I don't like any of this stuff. I like some Reimer. I looked at a bunch. I mean, he's produced so many things. Inevitably, you're going to like one or two of the things. I'm going to finish it. I'm like, I'm on episode 7. I'm halfway through episode 7. I didn't get all of it done in time, but now I'm invested. I want to see how they wrap it up.
Oh, it's wild.
Don't they wrap it up? So I didn't see the ending. Didn't they wrap it up with trying to figure out using him to find out who
Ted Bundy? I saw something about Ted Bundy.
Something like that, right?
Yeah, which is also made up, of course.
Massively made up.
I mean, I'm sure
you're gonna see a lot of other serial killers in the last episode, so just be prepared.
That's the other. Again, that's a funny thing where it's like, this thing I did influenced a lot of people in ways I didn't expect. Which is funny in the Alfred Hitchcock thing where he makes Psycho and he accidentally creates the sex horror genre and he's disgusted by it. And he's like, well, I got to take some accountability for this. I kind of did it. But yeah, this was a miss for me. And Joey, you should apologize to all of us.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. I'd flex for you if I could, but my gut's in the way. Can't really get there.